Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is Everpress, aka Brady, or Brady, aka Everpress. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the stream. Today, I'm going to be doing something. I always say kind of different, but in all actuality, I'm tattooing. Right, so that's actually kind of the same. But I will be using a series of washes for this particular piece. This is one that I started. What's up, Turkey Noodle? How you doing, man? This is one that I started. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, and had to back off of it because I always I am I'm a glutton for punishment is what it comes down to. One of my friends here, Turkey Noodle, actually, I told him some ideas that I had, and he was like, "No, do not do that." And it's because my ideas had to do with using white. I have since this particular mistake that I'm going to be working on today. Since then, I have been very hands off of the white. Um, but this particular piece, I had to wait a pretty long time for it to heal because I overworked where the white was, which is kind of a common occurrence. And then in the places that I didn't overwork it, it's already kind of I don't know. I would say a yellowish tinge to it, which, from what I understand, there's that can happen. It happens more often than not with white. If you're really lucky, then it'll turn your skin tone. So I've already got this tattoo on me. So so I kind of want to fix slash finish it, or finish slash fix it. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do tonight. I do have some sources to look at to help me out with that. Um, and I'm really hoping that I'm actually gonna switch some things up on the white of the snake. Here, we can go ahead and show this on the white of the snake, not white snake, but you can see, like, there's really, like, I tried to do a liner, like use a liner with it, and in those areas it's actually a lot brighter. I guess you can't see because of the glare. You can kind of see towards the, oh, that was the wrong way. I know, yeah. Yeah, you hate this one, right? But like right here, you can see where the snake is. If you look where my fingertip is, um, and you can see it is a little bit lighter than my skin. But again, even here with kind of a subpar camera, you can still see that yeah, there might be some yellow to that. So in real life, yes, this is yellow. And then you guys can probably see up here these darker spots. These that's scarring. So I don't know how well a lot of what it is that I'm going to try to do is going to translate to success tonight. That being said, I'm not going to be abandoning the white snake in favor of just finishing the black snake. I'm going to be trying to do. I'm gonna try to use a little bit of gray within this white snake, and a little bit darker gray in some areas. So it might actually end up being more of a light gray snake more than anything. And then one thing I always look at whenever it comes to these tattoos is sorry, um, I always look at the black and see, I can see spaces that need to be you know just hit a couple of times. Probably the whole thing needs a going over, but I do have some parts of the snake that did kind of survive, that I would like to keep intact as far as like white highlights and stuff like that. So if you pardon me for just a second, I'm in the process of kind of moving some stuff around, just to. Nope, that did not work. Hold up. Do that. All right. But I'm trying to mess with my reference a little bit, so please be patient with me for just a second. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that what I was looking at is what I'm actually doing. I don't want to use the wrong reference. All right. So for this, I'm going to be using this guy. There's no name on that, and that doesn't mean that it's a no name. It just means that there's no name on that. So kind of important to me is that I don't ruin any any professional's reputation um, by you know claiming that I use these products. Um, if that makes sense. I joke and say I'm not going to name any products until they sorry sterilize them hands. But yeah, I joke and say that I won't name any names until they pay me. But come on, I'm not looking to get sponsored, y'all. I am looking to finish up some tattoos. I really love doing this. It's something that I never really thought that I would enjoy. It never, not because I didn't, I thought about it and I was like, oh, I won't enjoy that, but mostly because I never thought of it. I never thought that that would be a thing. Um, just go down here a little bit. All right. So I am going to hit up some of these black spots just to get used to the needle. Oh, that's a bit much, y'all. Okay, so I'm really proud right now. My son is in the other room having a heavy discussion, almost an argument, it sounds like, about Batman. So, not definitely not gonna dissuade that. That's something that needs. That's those are real. Those are the real important parts of this world, y'all. Superheroes, politics. Did I say that? I think he just said that he would have sex with some supervillain. So I'm not really that proud anymore. I just need to not listen to my kids, like ever. Like, just don't. There's no there's no value in that. You don't get anything out of that. So since this one is so fresh, where I am putting the ink is still about the same darkness as to start with. So what in the hell happened there though? That's wild. So this whole I know what it is. It's actually kind of a highlight, but I'm just gonna redo it. Well, I love Tuesdays. Um, Monday's over, so you don't have to look forward or not look forward to the first day of the week. But for all my pessimistic styles of attitude that I portray, I think that this will speak wonders to my optimism whenever I say that another reason that I like Tuesday is because it's so damn close to Wednesday, y'all. So one thing that I found out pretty recently, actually, I've been like staring at this particular tattoo and coming up with all kinds of questions that I had about it because it was kind of a failure to me in the sense, even though it wasn't complete and there's still plenty of things to do to help it out, fix it, however you want to say it. But yeah, I found out a while back that white ink is is thicker than normal ink. Like, and I have white ink, and I noticed I was like, man, this is almost like latex paint. This is less like ink, like the rest of these things. Like I could draw on paper with regular tattoo ink, but I, I don't think that I don't think that I could draw on a paper with white ink. It would be more like painting than it would be like, inking something out. That's I just thought that was pretty crazy because I'd experienced it, and it was one thing that I really did not like, really did not like um, about the white ink was I felt like, you know, it already is uncomfortable sometimes, all the time. I'm not gonna lie, like it's not like I find like an extreme amount of like comforting like a pillow or a blanket whenever I tattoo. I do enjoy getting one, but yeah, white ink definitely very uncomfortable. Um, so I kind of, I did a little research to figure out like, okay, some white ink tattoos that I've seen look great. Some white ink tattoos that I've seen look worse than mine, and that's not good. So what's the deal? Like, what are people doing to be able to get this white ink in? And it turns out that because of the thickness, I thought it was the brand, and that's what I'm saying. Like I started reading this article because I was trying to figure out what's the deal with white ink. Why does it look better on some people than on others? And I thought, oh, it could be the tattoo artist. It could be the tattoo artist, you know, who just has more experience or better equipment, right? Or it could be the brand, like maybe both brands that I got were both too thick. But no, like there is a technique, and I'm not going to try it anytime soon on myself or others. But apparently, you pull the skin as tight as you can. Like you're supposed to do that anyway. But I'm going to talk from my experience that sometimes I can see better with less pull because of the glare of the lights, and I would adjust the lights, but I've got four sides of almost equally bright lights, so I don't think that that's really an issue. But yeah, like I found that sometimes the tighter is not always the best. So anyway, well, I shouldn't say always the best. Sometimes it's not possible, especially some of the angles that I work at. Maybe if I was working with other people. Anyway, I digress. So with white, you pull the skin as tight as you can, and you put the needle in to a deeper than normal position. Don't want to go too deep because you can still do dumb things like what I did on my snake and why it's scarred and not cool like it's supposed to be. Um, but yeah, tighter skin, deeper depth. So everyone that says, "Oh, I heard that white hurts more," they are probably honestly not lying because sometimes I've heard people say, "Oh, red hurts the most." No, a lot of people have reactions to red because they might have similar effects to what a food allergy would be. So imagine, like if you have a mild, most of the time mild, shellfish allergy. Imagine stabbing that in your leg a couple hundred times a second, or well, maybe not. Pretty close though, I'd imagine. So yeah, pretty crazy. My cat's gonna try to jump up here. No, man, no, go on. Don't want any kind of dirt anywhere close to me, you monster. And yes, cats clean themselves, but they're also dirty. So confused. Turkey noodle, my bro. Yeah, this is actually pretty dark, so I don't know why. See, I see what happened. Sorry, I'm actually going through and like I shouldn't apologize. I shouldn't apologize. I shouldn't say I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. But what I'm doing right now is I'm actually going in and yes, I am kind of fixing a couple of spots. I just know need more help, and I'd like to have them fixed before I start working on new stuff. That's not too bad. This clarification. So I'm just kind of getting rid of some of the white highlights that I put in here before. Since I'm going to be redoing it anyway, I want them to be somewhat, I said white, light gray. No, I'll probably go white. But yeah, I'm just going in and fixing some stuff. I'll go back and re-add highlights as I see fit. Uh, just kind of checking here, making sure. Move this light just a little bit so I have a different perspective. I think. Very good. Oh yeah. Do you have a food allergy? I didn't think you had a food allergy. This black out of here. Oh, I realize I'm missing something. My bad. It's funny. I just I was just confused. It's gonna play a little bit of music now. You guys, of course, can't hear it. That's okay. I understand. Um, yeah, I need a little oh, oh chill mix. Just a little stimulation. That's all. There we go. Sweet. All right, now here comes the hard parts. Kind of putting this to the test, but since I'm going to be doing um, some more generalized highlights, uh, then I have to kind of worry about exactly how this is going to work. I'm going to push this close to this. It ends up like so. Even on the black, eventually it'll turn about the same shade as skin color. Shouldn't get yellowed or anything like that. I mean, there's a chance, but make sure that put on enough to where this is a kind of a nice glare. There we go. Yep, yep. They call it a little smooth A&D. My phone's asleep. Good night. A little bit. That's a little bit lighter. See that on there. Yeah, you can. We do that in a gray, but this part right here needs to be white. This, this, pass. Okay. I don't want it to be too much brighter than that. And then, let's see, got one little piece right in here that's kind of another thing that I need to do. Go ahead and start this down here again. Just kind of up on my leg. Like getting out of frame here. Just trying to keep my foot awake. Yep, 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 yep. This is going to be fun. Might actually have to use some colors on this. See if I can fill in like how the white actually was working before. And maybe use that for some coloration. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I've got a smaller needle to use for some of the details of some of this stuff. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting a place, not really a placeholder, but the softer parts, uh, some of the softer parts, I should say. This can only do so much. This is a fairly medium sized like shader, so um, it's not not going to be able to do crazy highlights. Well, I could, but whew, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to just take a small pause to try to figure out the best way to keep my foot from falling asleep because that's terrible. Like when your foot just like you realize that you can't feel it, and then the next thing you know, like you really don't want to feel it anymore because it's just like pins and needles. Yeah. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Energy drink. Cantaloupe. Do I need one? Is that what you're saying? That I need to go drink an energy drink? Because you wouldn't like me. Whatever that is. Just kidding. Drink them all the time. People love me. Come on. Maybe. I don't know. This might work. I'm gonna try to stand up and fall over because my foot's starting to do the pins and needles thing. Maybe. Oh, it's just making so much sense today. Why didn't I think of that? That's just the craziest. All right, about to do something kind of weird. So this is something I like to do. I just to give a little extra padding or height sometimes um, to an area. I'll take some saran wrap and wrap it around like one of these rags that I use to clean stuff. Well, they're not really rags; they're towels. We get towels. And this to me is like the most rocket science part of everything. Oh my gosh, how do I wrap the thing? In the end, it doesn't matter as long as nothing can get through and stain. Doesn't matter. All right. So what I did was I raised my chair up. Maybe I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's as high as I can go. Man. All right. So hopefully I can actually uh, use the height of my chair to kind of work. Let's see if that does anything at all, or if I'm just gonna have one more sleepy leg. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see. I've put a lot of uh, bright um, spots onto the black snake here. Um, some of them are pretty celestial in nature. All of them really are, um, and that's actually pretty cool, I think. But white ink, why are you so thick? Two C's. So do that with the smaller needle too. Could use some of the green soap that I have, but it does not help with soothing the skin. You can't really dab the white ink either because it just splats out. Starting to look like a little crescent moon there. Just a couple more of those little stars there. Grow this crescent a little bit more. Don't want to overwork it, which is so easy to do. Oh, get you white. All right. Some, just like rubbing it with the gloved hand just to check it out. Uh, you are crazy thick. Yeah, I feel like this. Maybe I'm not going deep enough on that. But I really feel like this crescent. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh no, that actually worked. Damn it. Jeez. All right. All right. All right. Down all kinds of fun stuff tonight. Well, here it should be very light, and it is. So that's going that way. Uh, I don't know how much detail is actually going to stick around through all of this, but I'm hoping enough, at least to start start with. Right? Definitely want a good amount. Go post. Go post. Not to being done, but getting that pool right. Getting the line that I was drawing correct. I try like really hard to not do the really like cheap tattoos, and I don't mean cheap like it still probably cost you a good amount of money like if you were if you were shopping for a tattoo, but I mean like cheap like the easy ones to think of, right? Try to do things that are a little challenging, uh, way out of my comfort zone, and just let it just let it happen. But some of the more complicated, or as I like to call them, ambitious tattoos. That's it's kind of where I get a little, could say, lost, I suppose. Just so much ambition. My wife and I were talking last night about some of the things that people do that just like it makes sense to them, but it's like who who do you think you are that you are so important? Like the audacity, and that's kind of how I feel with my tattoos. Like who do you think you are, man? Trying to figure it out. Yeah. Probably got another 5 or 10 minutes tops before I have to get this leg down again. Again? It's like now I have to wipe it down. I mean, the good news is that like I'm not dealing with a stencil of any sort, so I don't have to worry about washing the stencil away. But I really wanted to avoid. Well on the pulls, the tight pulls like that. They get all wonky at the end. I know there's a technique. I just haven't learned it yet. I think you have to pull back from like the shoulder more than anything. Yeah, me too. Obviously, I don't want to be doing this for like no good reason. Like I definitely feel like like this could be like a really cool like win, I guess, for some of my tattoo mistakes in the past. Like, oh, look how far he's come. Look how much he's learned. But it could very well end up being like a, oh man, still so far to go. And I guarantee, like, I mean, I already know that. This is just to lighten things up just a little bit. I might pick up like a flat mag just to uh, reinforce that. Doesn't, yeah, I definitely will have to do that. Well, so my plan is if it doesn't look good, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go one shade darker on the white snake and make it just like a light gray completely, and then just go over the black snake with, with black, just blacken them back out. And not, not definitely not work on them again, but a lot of white ink that didn't do anything right there. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go rinse this bad boy out real quick and wipe all the. So I'll show you how fast, like how thick white is and how fast it dries. I don't know if I've done this before, um, but see that blob at the tip? Like that's the thickness of the stuff that I'm just shoving into these highlights, right? Like it's crazy. And it's like it's a really thick. Yeah, but if I do, I have that option. Because who knows? Who knows? All right. So this other needle, check this out. I'll show you guys real quick. This is cool. So you can kind of see the throw. It's not very deep, right? Just that little tip that's moving back and forth. It's probably just so clogged up with white. I'm half tempted just to soak the whole thing, but I can't do that. I don't think anything. While I'm changing this, let's get some feeling back in my leg, yo. All right, so I'm going with a boop, tiny little needle here. Different brand. So that's why I showed you like how far the needle was being thrown out. Yo, check it. This thing, this new one, I have to watch out whenever I put them in. All right, there we go. You could help if I had that particular. So kind of see already that the needle, this isn't even on and the needle's poking out. So it's I got to really adjust for the good ones here. This brand is so much better than the last brand that I was using, but that kind of quality, it comes with a cost, you know. And whenever you're working on a tattoo like 2 or 3 times a week, like adds up. All right, so get them a little bit longer than that. So this is a pretty fine needle. Like you can see the light reflecting off of it. That's all you got, right? Um, there we go. I don't know why it's being so loud, but we'll continue to let it be loud. Sing, my little bird. All right. Um, add some more of this. Let's go ahead and wipe that first. Let's get all the excess white off of here so I can kind of see what it is that I'm doing. All right. So what I plan on doing with this is getting some further detail into the whitest of the white highlights. So that includes down here on the face of this particular snake. Um, Gotta switch these things out a little bit quicker. You know what? I might just finish the black one tonight and then work on the white one another time. I feel like might mess some things up if I try to move too quick for myself. Not saying that I would mess things up for moving too quick. I like to take my time with these. I really since I love them so much and I just don't have a lot of space left. I think I better make them last as long as possible. Now talking about the Chinese threat. I don't know what he's talking about. Better. Nice. I don't know what's going on in my house anymore. You ever just want to live in a state of perpetual confusion? Have children. You never know what's going to happen next. Some people find that exciting. Some people. Little tiny stars. Those might stick. While everything else just kind of fades away. What a naughty. Using a very fine needle to try to put in some highlight. Not suggested. What I got though. Leave that be. And then right up here, these little tiny itty bitty little stars. And then a lot of parts of the design that I'm kind of leaving out. Um, One, it's kind of a small space for me to fit this in. Probably meant to be a much larger piece, but um, definitely give a little bit more movement to those little comets, shooting stars, whatever. One in the background. Yeah, small one there. Put on my back. Yep. And you read my mind, bro. That's next week. I'm jumping ahead to advanced. Well, what the hell am I doing with my life? Um, I'm gonna get a little bling on this star. A little bit, not where, not as much as what I would want. That's okay. I know what's up. I know that's a blinging star. You have a little blinging star up here. This tiny bling. Oh, yeah, blinging star. Oh, this off real quick. We're gonna bring in probably a small curved mag. Nothing too big or bad. Just something to put in a little bit more of the highlights. Bro, if I could do that, man, I'd be like pretty rich and famous. Let's be honest. This is a rather large curved mag. Do I have anything smaller? Are you a small curved mag? No, you are a straight up, you say curved. You're not curved. You are curved. It is actually curved. Do I want to use a smaller one? No. Small needles are for suckers with small Oh, I'm doing a small tattoo. Doing a rather ambitious small tattoo. All right, so I'm going for a gray this particular time. That's actually a good. So I'm still working with a, even if you only attempted doing it. Yeah, probably. You're right. What am I doing with my life? Coach me. No, just those life choices, those good, like, man, I should have keep talking about keep talking about like shaving my ugly feet, and like certainly somebody has an ugly foot fetish out there. Like I should be able to capitalize off of that, you know. But instead, didn't even think about it. Didn't even think about it. Instead, hey man, I'm just a guy trying to work my way through college. Dignity, a nice guy. Let's see. Where am I moving next? Look a little bit in here. Here. Yep. All right. So highlights are going in pretty good. Can't complain about them. Some of the shadowing is a little bit confusing for the scale that I'm doing this at, but for the most part, I am kind of I'm understanding the assignment, and that's good. You want to get a little bit. I feel like there's a lot more oomph down on this end than up here. So 1 second, as I Man, definitely a struggle on this one as far as uh, getting some of those sharper contrast with a soft highlight. Like should have thought about some of these techniques prior to this. Actually, how do you do that? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm getting through this, and I'm seeing where there's kind of a struggle on some of the spots, and I mean, I'm doing some damage that I was it just wasn't expected that would actually happen. So I try to kind of lighten this stuff up. Um, and even this little bit of white actually will help out highlights that I was hitting. Fortunately, I have this set for the better needles. There we go. That'll be better. All right. I just hate like I guess I should have just stuck with white at this speed because now I'm looking at some issues just with the damage, like, and I say just right, but that's kind of what I've been avoiding this whole time was just I'm trying to move like really fast at the depth that I need to be to get it to stick. Still using these little teeny tiny circles while I'm doing this too, um, but moving with a little bit of a quicker speed. So so as not to not to stay in any one place for too long and mess that up. So, um, but unfortunately, since that started bleeding, I really can't, I can't force myself to do anything else with it. Yes, let me just throw down a ton of white ink in one space. It's not that bad. So as I get a little bit higher, I'm noticing that um, I didn't really lay that much of a groundwork for for myself in the future, which is now present me. Present me is now just not having a great time because of this, but it's okay. think that actually is pretty good. That's a pretty good solution. For the tail, there's not a whole lot of highlight to be had right in this area. Right on that small spot. That's pretty, ugh, hate that, hate that I overdid that. Sucks. All right, so all right. Snake's head looks like a snake. Down with that. So probably not gonna finish the white snake this evening, but I mean, I also didn't finish the black one. However, I am going to get them rather close to one another in the sense that I'm at least going to do the gray outline and try to throw in a couple of the more dramatic gray areas. Um, so, in order to do that, ugh, I'm actually going to pull um, my liner, uh, which is very small, and I'm going to try to just go around it and get that lining in and some of the, like I said, some of the more dramatic areas on there as well. Hopefully, turns out better than what I could even hope for. Um, I kind of want to see the tolerance of like a few days of this healing to determine like how I'm gonna go forward with the rest of it. And I totally would not do this if I was working on someone else. I say that uh, very, very truthfully, um, but that's kind of why I'm doing this now. Is that I don't have I don't have the experience, and I'm not going to experiment with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like that just sounds it sounds unethical. So. Um, wrong color. Yay! Snake is getting an outline. But we can all, look at it and be like, oh, it's snakes or something. Hitting up on me. Long head snake. I just throw it on the floor. We use it. Um, it's really weird. One of the things that I just absolutely hate doing the most is one of the things that's like the most important, and that's outlining. Like it's so, I don't hate. It's just not the rest of it, and it's so important. Like it really is. Like there's no reason why uh, somebody shouldn't try their hardest, put in the best outline that they can. Yeah, I could probably do that. Maybe put some planes on the snake. Oh, this is like the patience part. Shaping out this snake. Got it. Trying to do these smooth pulls, man. Uh, Challenge for me. Oh, jeez. Poor me. Me. Draw a straight line or a curved one. I want to do that. There's actually like a little. Who's gonna do that? Yeah, buddy. Get into it. That's how you do it. This is a little weird. Got pretty close on this tail to the things that I put on last night. That's actually what made me think about working on this tonight. Really, the just kind of looking at it last night, being like, "Whoa, hey, I remember that. Maybe I should finish that at some point." Just it's just so intimidating. Like this is a crazy design to me. Like it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and not even the shadowing is really a big deal at this particular point in time. Oh yeah. I probably put them in there just to make sure that people are putting the right stuff. That's all. You know, what characters are allowed, I guess. I don't know. Dealing with this. Or like how it's supposed to, I think. And then I'm gonna clear this out real quick. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the positive feedback. Um, I mean, I know I'm doing this right. Like, so I got to have some sort of sense that like it's not an impossibility. But I don't get particularly cocky whenever it comes to my work. Um, to the point where I think I might be a little too humble to myself sometimes, like just not fair. Um, so it's good to hear some positive validation there, or validating positive comments. Is what I mean to say. You know what I meant. All right. So I'll kind of lay in some of this. Whoops. This is the cheap one again. So we twist it this way, get it to stick further out. Yes. And all of my carts are being kind of noisy. A little bit on the noisy side. white there. Let me lower this a little bit so that I can paint with this a little bit better. Yeah, I think this will actually turn out pretty good. Yeah, so putting the shadowing in just to get it to where I can do the other interesting work to it another date. Be interesting. It's a pretty light gray, but still has its own way of reacting. Doesn't look like it's got a little bit more dimension, you guys. To me, it does. Um, and this is definitely yeah. Do you think I'm gonna like how this is coming along? Definitely an improvement over how I left it, and that's a pretty big deal to me. because I did not leave it in a nice, I guess, a nice place. No, sorry, talking to my cat. He knows I'm talking about him. He pretty much thinks that he can do whatever he wants, as long as I'm talking to the lights. I don't think he knows that there's a camera, right? Like I don't think he's intentionally sabotaging me. Although he is a smart guy, sabotage is his, it's right up in there with the things that he's good at. So kind of don't doubt it. Actually, it's oh yeah, well, some of it did. That's good. This is a long one tonight. Sorry guys, like I didn't expect it to go for so long, but um, it's a fun project. That's for sure. Yeah, you're not getting your pet dander all over my fresh wounded skin, monster. I know, man. It's a blessing and a curse, for sure. Definitely throwing some of the shadow around like it was meant to be there. So that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. I mean, darker here. That's a lot of twisting right there. One one spot. Oh man, I forgot to. Oh, actually, it's supposed to be a lot darker down through here. Actually, right about. Guys, I'm telling you, this is it's kind of intense for me. Like way too ambitious. That's okay. Um, I honestly feel like if you are getting comfortable with anything that you're doing, you probably, keep at it, of course, but too comfortable leads to complacency and you don't grow, you know? So do the uncomfortable thing every once in a while. It's okay. It's fine. Like no one's gonna be mad about that. I mean, obviously don't play with other people's money, right? But just saying, like, no sense in being stuck in the same routine and having a crap time on something that you're supposed to love doing, you know? You are not. You are not. And you will not say such filthy things. Turkey Noodle said that he's really digging the yellow chair. Oh, gone upstairs to work. Work a little bit more with the some of the shadowing on this, and just on the white-ish snake anymore. And I'm going to use a curved mag for that, same as I did with the black and the medium gray. Still going with that medium gray on this. I am going to be moving. I'm going to lower down the speed uh, just a little bit, and probably I'm going to adjust the needles on this, the throw. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, don't play with other people's money. I mean, that's like and what I'm saying is, of course, branch out. Like do something different, do something unexpected. Do something challenging. Um, why is this not coming out here? I know you want to. bad. Like this is for my leg. I feel really bad for my leg right now because this is not wanting to disperse the ink. Maybe I'm too. Let me go a little bit lower here. See, I knew she'd chime in on that chair comment, bro. She's passionate about not liking that chair. All right. So if you are just tuning in or you've been here for a few minutes, let me tell you, one, I don't condone doing this. This isn't something I would suggest doing on your own. This is something that I would definitely suggest, um, you know, going to a professional for. Also, hey guys, seriously, thanks for giving the channel a try and checking it out. Um, Welcome to the channel. I hope that you stick around for a while. If you look back at my history, you'll see I've been doing this for a minute, but only to myself at the time. So yeah, thanks. I do hope that you hit that follow button. Come back and visit me another time. I normally do this 2 to 3 times a week, and it's something that I enjoy doing. It's also something that I think has really helped with self care. Um, I know it's kind of a weird thing to pin self care on, but I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Like this has been a lifesaver for me, and I would suggest if you don't have a tattoo and there's one that you've been thinking about getting, go ahead. Just do it. Um, but make sure that it's a professional. I go through some pretty. Um, I think that it's normal, but some people who might do this, the comfort of their own homes, or they're just learning and they're practicing on other people, and they don't really have the credentials. Maybe they don't keep things as clean. So make sure that you are getting that clean professional experience. Like I said, some people might think it's extreme, but I watch I watch a lot of professionals here on Twitch, even, and uh, I still am not able to compete with the level of um, cleanness, sanitation that they have. That doesn't mean I'm not sanitary. It just means that I'm not as sanitary. No, that's not what that means. It means that I'm trying. Um, but yeah, I'd love to hear from anyone. My chat is your chat, and you guys keep me focused, and also give me much needed break times, just to ensure that I'm doing things as healthily as possible. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys for showing up. Some of this stuff I'm actually going to have to wait until it heals to actually see proper. Mm, it's true. It's true. Are you talking she has an art background and she still bought that chair? I know, bro. I know. She's not even listening now. She don't care what I have to say about it. No, I've got several suggestions for the chair. Some people can you can actually paint them. There's large um, fabric paints out there. All right, spraying this down. We're going to see where we are. Really don't want to overwork, so I laid in a little bit more detail on the black snake this evening, and threw in some highlights to kind of show movement, and then I laid in a little bit of shadow into the lighter used to be white snake. Right now it's looking pretty pink and pretty gray and kind of beat up. So Reupholster? No, fam. Not gonna reupholster. That's insane. And I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Maybe reupholster. I don't know, but I think it's a bad idea just based on the value of the chair. Just fabric paint, man. Like it's fine. That's that good. So about and I'm just putting the eye in here. Just to get it in. Up. Mm-hmm. Yep. I hear you. Just just put the face in there just a wee bit. Um, spray this down one more time, and I think this evening we will call it quits on this for now. Not sure if you guys can get a good glimpse at that without the glare. Just to point out for anyone that's isn't familiar with this, this is I totally botched this uh, like a month ago, and I'm trying to go in and just kind of fix it up. And by fix it up, I mean at least finish it out to where it's something that I can work with. Um, thank you for the thank you for the compliment again. Um, so still a lot of work to be done on this, but I've already identified a couple places where again, this has been overworked before. It's so much easier to overwork now is what I'm finding. Just because the skin it's not, it's not as durable as what it was when I first started this, a month ago. This is my second session on it. So I mean, at least there's that, but hopefully I can find a way to continue putting in some more shading, some more highlights, and some of the details that I want to work with. Um, you know, to get it more complete and less of a mess. But I'll work with what I have. It's what it is that we do anyway. So I really appreciate it again. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you guys for the company and chat. And I will not be on here tomorrow. I will should be back here on Thursday. So I appreciate your guys' time. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a good night. and I will see you hopefully on Thursday. All right, guys. Later.